Hey, my name is Chinwei, and welcome back to the Rich Witch Show. Yes, what's up to all my rich witches and rich wizards out there in Weezy Wonderland? It's your girl Chinwei, aka Chin Weezy, aka Man Weezy, aka Le Rich Witch, aka Salisa Maponya, and this is season 2, episode 88. Ooh. Episode 8. Remember the letter 8? Oh my God, the number 8 is significant. We're gonna talk about time today. Today is Aquarius, the truth teller. That's the name of this epic-sode. I'm so excited about today's episode, y'all. I don't know what it is. It's this lightning excitement of Aquarian energy that's been coming through. Yesterday, shout out to my auntie Penny. I got to see my aunt yesterday, my dad's sister. She is an Aquarius sun, and she really helped to refresh the energy. So if you are around any Aquariuses, or now be a great time to get in contact or get acquainted with some of your Aquarius people to help refresh some of these connections. And we're going to go further into detail about how to refresh the connections and refresh these soul contracts. And also we're going to talk a little bit about technology. I guess we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. Jay, go ahead and do it, Mercury Retrograde. Thank you. Message came through right before I press go live is that since today is Wednesday, Westside Weezy Wisdom Wednesdays is ruled by Mercury, which is the god of communication. And a little bit later in Planet Power, we'll get into what Mercury is doing and how you can use that energy, how you can get in tune with that energy to manipulate the airwaves and to ride your wave, ride your frequency. But what I want to say right before I press go live is that a message came through that since yesterday we talked about how Steve Jobs' vision for Apple was for your phone, your electronics, your devices to be an extension of yourself, right? Which is why we've been talking about purging, which has been one of the mantras for the week. Purr, which is short for purge. I think that was a ladybug. Yes, we got some luck coming in. Okay, yes. Our devices, right, are an extension of us. So, with that being said, we know that our phones are recording and listening to us at all times. And you can say, I turn it off, or do not disturb. As long as your device has a battery in it, it is recording you, right? It is picking up what you are saying. So, as much as that can be kind of a scary thing, I'm being surveilled, blah, 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 whatever. You can watch me all day long. I ain't got nothing to hide, first of all. If you got something to hide, you need to maybe change your lifestyle a little bit. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that should not be a concern of yours. People surveilling you. Watch me, okay? And you know what? I'm going to start employing that model in my personal life. Watch me. I don't care if you watch me because I ain't got nothing to hide. But the second part about that is if the devices are always listening, right? And then they go to show us emails or ads, especially Instagram. It's Instagram and Facebook that's really, really, really listening. And maybe YouTube because they're all owned by the same people. Gmail, that whole little conglomerate. Microsoft, I think that is. Bill Gates. Talk about it, Bill Gates. Ooh, y'all want to know something? Okay, so somebody in my family was in Intel and never trusted Bill Gates, which is why you probably shouldn't take his Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Ooh, not the truth coming through today, y'all. I did pull the star card earlier. I did pull a card because the cards have been telling the truth. The star card in tarot is ruled by Aquarius, and it's all about the truth. The truth is coming through, y'all. Okay, this is some top level secret information, and I felt that when I woke up this morning. We was getting that. My third eye was blinking. It's on and popping. Anyway, watch that dude. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. I always thought this man was crazy, y'all, but he might have been telling the truth about some things. Some things he may have been telling the truth on. I don't know how we just went down that rabbit hole. The devices, Microsoft listening. Okay, so while that may be true, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Where I was for a second. While all that may be true, at the same time, since your device is an extension of you, right, which was Steve Jobs' intention, and these devices carry the intentions, right? So this intention was to be an extension of you. That's why we're so attached to our phones, because it's a part of us. It is us, to a certain degree. It's a replica of us. It's like all of the physicality of what we think and what we see and who we associate with is right here in this device. So speak life into your device. If it's constantly listening, and maybe why that maybe we're not doing maybe. I be having to check myself. Thank you for helping me be aware. Yeah, third eye's popping. Hella awareness going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm hella grateful. So speak life into your devices. And that's why recording this, I do everything on my phone, which has been kind of a blessing in these last couple weeks, because it's forced me to speak life and acceleration and positivity over the vibration that my phone is carrying, because these things are connected to the waves. So if this is a part of your frequency, which we're talking about getting in tune and finding your frequency and riding your wave, then your device is very important. So watch how you handle that. Watch how you take care of that, because that is your connection. What we're talking about, Aquarius energy being the connector, that's what this phone is. This phone is your connection. That's how you connect with the masses. Now, don't ever underestimate the power of word of mouth. The ancestors are coming through very strongly to say, don't ever underestimate a first impression. Don't ever underestimate face-to-face interaction. That is something that will always be here when the power shuts down. If you didn't have your phone, how would you communicate with people? Would you go and see them? Would you be able to communicate with them telepathically? Have you been sharpening these magical skills? Have you really been trying to get the truth about who you are and tune into your frequency? If we didn't have this device, this extension of you, this is a blessing for us to manifest in the reality exactly what it is that we want. It's really a cheat code. It's really a way to move quickly, but don't ever forget the basics. Don't ever forget your foundation. Excuse me. Thank you. And don't ever forget that this is a replica of you. So the same way you speak life into this phone, the same way you reach out to people using this phone, the same way you reach people using this phone, yes, it's wonderful. Don't forget that you can do the same thing from right in here. That you can ride your frequency, and that the frequency of the universe is what you need to know. Aquarius, the truth teller. Aquarius, the truth teller, coming through today. All right, that was a beautiful message about Aquarius. Let's see what else we had. Let's do some refreshers. So that's what we got for Aquarius energy today, coming through very heavily. Aquarius is feminine energy. I don't think I mentioned that. We talked about it being air energy, mental. This is coming through, but it is feminine energy. So, and it is also fixed energy. So this is, I know what I'm standing on. I know my structure with this Capricorn energy, and now here comes this feminine water bearer ready to merge the land and the water, ready to merge the yin and the yang, which is why we were getting that yin and yang symbol for this week, this black and white all day long, all day long. And I wonder what the hound's tooth represent. Remember I was talking about Dalmatians? So maybe it was about them being hounds, you know what I'm saying? Or hound dogs. Aren't there like hound dogs in that movie or something? Yeah, interesting. Dogs, animals, things of that nature. Yeah. Shout out to our sponsor, PlayhouseWorldVisions.com. Make sure y'all check them out. Thank you very much. Shout out to Cubby Hugo. Shout out to Jaleel. Shout out to the whole Soul Tribe. Thank y'all so much for everything you do. Descendants, ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel. Thank you, 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 thank you. That's it. Okay. The feminine fixed energy. I think that's going to come back around. There's our F words for the week. Remember we said that F was one of the keywords for the week. F, the letter A, and also a little bit of R. So fixed feminine energy. Fixed feminine energy. I want to understand, thank you, happy birthday to me. I just saw 9:09 on the clock. I want to understand what that means concerning Aquarius energy, fixed feminine energy. They might be something that we come back to tomorrow, I'm getting. I don't know why. Or Friday. I think Thursday we're going to talk about fixed feminine energy and what that means, what that looks like. Because we've spent a lot of time talking about our masculine energy, but we also need to understand the feminine's role in this information. And you know what I think it is? That fixed feminine energy is simply intuition. The definition of intuition is fixed feminine energy. I love that. Fixed feminine energy. Fixed feminine energy. this is the woman, the home, being so secure. Look at that butterfly going by. It's being a red butterfly too for root chakra. Come on, somebody. Being so secure. It was really like burnt orange, which is sacral. So we'll take it red orange. We'll take sacral root. Fixed feminine energy. This knowing. That's why I said the intuition works with the feelings, and then the masculine, the mind, the ego kind of steps back, lets the woman figure out what it is that she wants, and then he says, okay, I'm ready to take action now. Right? This is something I got to do. I trust you because this is coming from an intuition. This is not you just following your feelings. No, this is fixed feminine energy because the intuition works with the feelings, which is more so of a feminine approach to things. Interesting. Letter I coming through. Okay, some of our other reminders, the numbers 3 and number 8 we talked about. Y'all look up what the number 3 is as far as the vibration is with the earth. Who talks about that? Is it Tesla? I think Tesla talks about that. Nikola Tesla, I think. Look that up. That's your homework. Understanding vibration. Something we mentioned last week was about timing. Timing works in twos. Why does timing work in twos? Because it always has. It just always has. I used to say that in high school, and I didn't know where it came from. 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 days. Give something 2 weeks. I would always say that. I used to tell Joe that all the time. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 days. Something like that. That just always came to me. So now I understand 222, which is why we meet here together at 222, because that is a meeting time. That is the meeting time, y'all. We had a Soul Tribe meeting earlier in the astral. It was crazy. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Thank y'all for coming. But 222, that is alignment. That is where people come together. That's our yin and our yang. Our 1 + 1 = 2. 2 of Cups in the tarot. So this is a meeting time. And that is why we do timing in twos, 2 years, 2 seasons, 2 months, 2 days, 2 weeks. But time, like numbers, is like 222, 305. Like the clock that man-made wrote is man-made, right? So the world, the earth, the universe operates in seasons and energy, and the seasons are felt with the energy. I just seen 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Now, it doesn't mean that the time is not helpful, but I believe the man-made time is something that we constructed, like the phone, to be respectful of each other's time. So as you can communicate telepathically, the phone is a way to create a boundary, a physical boundary, to where you can't just be all up in my thoughts, all up in my space whenever you want something, at any time of the day or night. No, you got to pick up the phone and call me. And then there are certain hours that have been mandated that are respectable. Like some people have an 8 to 8 policy or a 9 to 9 policy. Don't call me before 9 a.m. Don't call me after 9 p.m. So the man-made aspects, which makes sense, because masculine is about doing and producing. So these products, okay, that we have, create these boundaries in the space that we take up. Wow. That is important to understand. So I broke down to you what time is, right? And so we know, okay, I could say I'll meet you after dusk, but that could be anything. And people have things to do. So no, let's say 6:32. We're going to meet at a certain time. And that way we respect each other's boundaries. Now, space. Let's talk about space, okay? We're getting into physics. I was looking at like quantum physics and stuff today. Shit was getting deep with Aquarius energy. So when we talk about space, we are talking about, and I wrote it down. Hold on, let me find it, because it was really interesting. Where did I write it down at? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Dang it, I think I need my other notebook. Okay, let's see if I can remember. So time is 1, 2, like the times that we have, but then space is what we occupy during that man-made, mandated boundary, because we have to respect the 3D and the 5D. And this could be that water bearer. That's that Aquarius energy. Is mixing the water, and which is the vibration of the earth, with the tangible, the earth, right? That's what we're doing. We're mixing the man and the woman, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. black and white. Oh my God. Light and dark. Oh my God. High priestess energy. Oh my God. Number 2 in the deck. So you say, I'm going to meet around this certain time, but you got to know your vibration. So if you know maximum, I can only do 30 minutes around a certain person, and then after that I gotta go. That's because that is that, like, if you are a God, that's the space that you were meant to occupy within that time frame. You could have said, I'll be there at 6:32, but then the space that you occupy within that time, it doesn't matter what time you show up, it's how much time you take up, how much space you take up in the bandwidth, in the energetic frequency. I'm gonna give you an example and break it down. So let's say artists drop songs usually what, Friday at midnight, right? Now it doesn't matter what time they drop the song, but let's say their magic number, their frequency is 5, and they have a song on their album that is 5 minutes and 55 seconds, and that's the one that blows up because they are occupying their space, their number. They are in alignment with what their purpose is, the space that they're supposed to take up. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm really trying to give y'all some clues without giving y'all all the answers, and explain to you why it's so important to find your frequency. Everybody has their own specific frequency. It may not be as easy as 555-444. It might be 423. It might be 107. I don't know. You have to figure it out for yourself. You have to play around with your own birth chart, your own birth date. Start looking at the numbers in your life. That's why it's important to know this birth chart. What time were you born? What day were you born? What month? What the man-made mandate? But that space that you're occupying, those are clues. The man-made mandates were here to help give us tangible clues to the spiritual, to help link it together, which is what physics is. It's explaining how we jump through dimensions, how we quantum loop. And I think jumping through those dimensions is jumping through different waves, right? And choosing different frequencies, choosing different outcomes for your life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, trial and error. So figure out that frequency. Somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Somebody's gonna be able to read between, and somebody's got that flash. And for somebody, that information was very, very, very clear. So, okay, next. We gotta talk about we talked about refreshing the energy, getting around in Aquarius. Getting around in Aquarius will help refresh the energy, as well as forgiveness. Remember I told y'all the letter F was coming up, something serious? F for forgiveness. And sometimes you hop on your frequency and you ride around and people hop off, and you come back around and you get them and they hop back on. Okay, sometimes that happens too. And sometimes it might be too big of a circle and they not coming back on. Okay, this is coming through. 2 years. Anybody that's lost friends in the last 2 years, they have a 2-year window. They have a 2-year window. That's for friends. Because Aquarius also rules the 11th house, which is about friendships as well. Okay, not just technology and the masses. Now we're talking about our friendships. 2 years, they're saying. Anybody that you fell off with in the last 2 years, they've got a 2-year period to come back in. Otherwise, the gate closes on that relationship. So if you were wondering if anybody was coming back, or if you were still friends with people, because sometimes we fall out with our friends and we don't know really the status of what's to come. There's a 2-year window before that closes. That's coming through for friendships. Okay. And in the same way, there may be a 2-year vetting process. There may be a 2-year vetting process. You may have had some 2-year vetting processes already. You hopped off your bandwidth and you had to hop back on, and you have to get that connection back in alignment. So yeah, okay. That was that. Now, forgiveness, we talked about this in season 1. I'll talk about it briefly. This is forgiveness of self. But also what you need to understand with Aquarius energy is there's nothing to forgive yourself for. There's nothing to forgive yourself for. There are things that you did not know, and you know now, which means you do better now. But there's no reason to beat yourself up for what happened in the past, because forgiveness is a myth as well. There's no such thing. They say forgive the other person, forgive yourself. What do I need to forgive myself for when I did something I didn't know? Now, if you knew better, that's a totally different conversation. But Aquarius says, I trusted my intuition. I have nothing to apologize for. It was my truth at the time. And if anything, I'm proud of myself for riding with my truth. I didn't know how those things were going to turn out. But you know what? It got me back on my frequency one way or another, because I was actually following my truth. And when we come into awareness that I've always followed my truth, even when I made mistakes, I did what I felt was right at the time. That's what you need to understand. There's no need to be mad at yourself. There's no need to be mad at anybody else. And there's no need to be mad at the universe, God, nothing, because you were following your intuition, and that's never anything to apologize for. I have to say it again for the third time. When you are following your intuition, there is nothing, angel, to apologize for. Do you understand me? Now here come Westside Weezy Wisdom Wednesday, because we not even doing it. We not even doing it. We is not beating ourselves up no more. Y'all know I cannot stand that self-abuse stuff. I'm tired of the abuse and the oppression of ourselves. No mas. Okay, now let's get into planet power, and let's talk about what Mercury and Uranus is doing, because Uranus rules Aquarius and Mercury is Wednesday, miércoles, Mercury. Okay, so let's look at what Mercury is doing. Bless you. All right. Mercury, according to the charts, I'm not just pulling stuff out of my behind. According to the charts, Mercury is over here with his little hat on, as Jacob says, retrograde in the 12th degree. We knew that. We knew Mercury was in retrograde in Libra on the 12th degree. Now, I think he has moved, because he wasn't on the 12th degree before. He's in Pisces. You know, I was picking up on a little bit of Piscean energy at the beginning of the episode. Heavy on the faith, heavy on the contracts, heavy on the commitments. So you could really be evaluating contracts, commitments, marriage, Hierophant energy, big time. Considering it, talking about it, like I said, relinquishing fears, with Mercury being about your mind, really evaluating some fears, and they're going to be really silly. You're going to laugh at them because you know the truth. I told you we had a soul tribe meeting, and when we talked out loud, it was like, oh my God, bruh, that is so stupid that I would even think something like that. And sometimes you gotta say stuff out loud with your peoples to know you're not crazy. And I got so much vindication. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be sharing some sort of story. So that is the story, right? Sit on down. It's story time. I'm really grateful that everybody came to meet with us, and we were able to get some things worked out. Meditation, y'all. I cannot stress that enough. This was a part of a meditation where I was able to travel. I think last week with the legs, Sagittarius, didn't I say traveling? You definitely doing a lot of astral traveling, which is why the aliens are coming up, the letter A again. You all up in my dreams, supernatural. Let's get astral. Meet me in the other realm, don't be bashful. We mirror energy, solar panels. Hey, you all up in my dreams, that's how I know that our souls are meant to remember how we roll. Wheel of Fortune is I go. Let's go. Yes. Had a little impromptu song for y'all. Let's get astral. Anybody with well intentions, because you're not going to be able to get past my... You're not going to be able to get past my little descendant protectors anyway. But if y'all want to roll, let's go to the astral. Talk to the aliens. Get some truths. Roll out, man. Don't be afraid to go to the dark side, to research information, to confront your shadow, to confront those dark thoughts. Don't be afraid. Because what did Beyonce say? Now I'm on the other side of my sacrifice. When you get to the other side of your sacrifice and you are able to see the beauty in the pain, then I say we're looking at all the beautiful aspects of our relationships. Trust me, you're gonna be able to laugh at yourself. because there's nothing to forgive yourself for. You're going to have so much love for yourself that it's not even that I can't do nothing wrong, it's that I know I'm doing my best. And I can't do nothing wrong. I can't fuck this up, which was a message I was getting last year in the last podcast. You cannot fuck this up. You cannot fuck this up. You are in alignment. I can't say that no more. The letter A. Let's look at what Uranus is doing. Uranus. Oh, that's Neptune. Right? Hold up. Yep. Okay. Ooh, Taurus. Uranus is retrograde in the 13th degree in Taurus. So the 13th degree would be Aries. Okay. And it's in Taurus. Now, Uranus does whatever the F he wants to do. Okay. I'm about to say he's the truth teller. And shout out to Astrology. She's been talking about Uranus and Taurus for a while now, for a couple years, and she's saying nobody is paying attention to this transit because there are big changes happening in your home. Your home life is getting turned upside down. Uranus wobbles on its side, and with him being in Taurus, that's comfortability. That's also the baby of the zodiac. I can't wait to talk about Taurus. I love me some Tauruses. Shout out to my earth signs. That's the baby. That's why I say you might be in this chill mode. Just your home is changing, but I think it's generationally. Uranus, I believe, is a generational planet, or it moves. I know that's Jupiter. That's every 13 years. I'm not sure how often Uranus is. I'll have to look it up and get back to y'all. But Uranus I'm getting is generational energy regardless. So your home is changing, your status. Just a reevaluation of the way you want to run your lineage. Like, you get to start over. Wow, that's really powerful. And recreate. And this is what Kashana was talking about with first, the letter F. She said, I don't know why we keep trying to catch up with white people. We'll never catch up to white people. Ooh, my crown chakra's tingling. We are first. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I like the Bible because I've explained this before. I like the book. I like reading. And this fly is like, yeah, we getting real serious. F for fly. Because I'm fly. How fly is she? Yeah. The Bible talks about the 400 years of slavery that the Egyptians went through, the Cometians. Come on, somebody. And I was dedicated to reading the entire Bible. Here's story time. I was dedicated to reading the entire Bible, but after I got through, I think that's Numbers, Exodus, once I got to them leaving, I said, oh my God, that is black people. I could not shake it. I could not shake the feeling that was black people. Here's your prophecy, okay? Here's the truth. Black people, your 400 years of slavery is up. Now, we still, have to do the mental and the emotional, but let me tell y'all about these black kings that are so respectful. I think I talked about it the other day. So respectful, yellow butterflies. They are warriors, and they are changing the world. The descendants are here to change the world. We are here to change the world. This is our exodus. Our 400 years of slavery are up. And of course, it's going to take some time to get the ball rolling. But as of 2012, it may have been as of 2012. I don't know the exact dates, and that's something to look into for tomorrow. But they said the Mayans ended their calendar in 2012 because we entered into the age of Aquarius. Y'all know about the age of Aquarius. That's about waking up. Go check out the Lioness Den podcast. That's your other homework. The age of Aquarius is about waking up. It's about new information. It's about women, fixed inner feminine energy rising up. Feminist, another F word. Women being seen as equal. Okay, we still got to know our roles though as masculine and feminine energies, no matter what type of relationship you have. However, it's about that fixed feminine intuition waking up amongst everybody, because we've been in such a heavy masculine energy, patriarchy, toxic masculinity for so long. So this is our season, black people. This is feminine fixed intuition. It's time for magic. It's time for the magic. And when you get in tune with your frequency, those numbers, that's how the universe speaks to you. That is your magic. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all? That is some truth coming through with Uranus sitting on that 13th degree. In Aries, that's Mars energy. That's the start of something new. First, fresh off the boat, first off the gate. We are first. If you are watching this and doing this work, you are first. That's why it's hard. You are the trailblazers. You are the Aquarian forging the new path. Sacagawea, Lewis, and Clark. No wonder it's so goddamn hard. No wonder. But anyway, I digress. Tomorrow we're going to get more into that, more into what Black people are doing. I want to say I appreciate y'all so much for joining me right here on this live. I'm sending y'all so much love and luck and healing energy. Go get in some sun. Go put your feet in some grass. Go ground. And make sure you come back and see me tomorrow at 2:22 p.m. I love you. Sending you so much love and luck and healing energy. See you on the other side. Bye.